7:18, thank you, Frank. Good morning. This is really exciting. Dr. Shawn Miller is here. He's a practicing chiropractor, but so much more as well. And Dr. David Carmos, who has been doing research into ancient healing concepts for decades, practicing yoga for 53 years.
Yep.
And doctors have actually looked at you guys and said that your physical health, your bodies rival 20-year-olds.
Oh yeah, easily, sure.
Easily. And you're how old?
I'm 64 right now.
64.
I'm aging fast.
No, I don't think so. You're looking good. So how do we begin all of these different concepts? How do we even begin to integrate it into our life and break it down?
You know, I used to tell my patients, I'd say, if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? Where's that you, that presence? And the thing is, we got to look at our body as this vehicle that allows us to go through life to enjoying everything we want to do.
Right.
We've been told that as you get older, your body starts to age. Mm-hmm. Age is chronology. Mm-hmm. Aging is lifestyle. Right? Sometimes you see somebody 80 years old, standing up straight, running around. You're like, God, that guy looks young. Sometimes you'll see somebody 30 years old, like walking, you know, slowly and all sore.
Sure.
That guy looks old, okay? So age and aging are two different concepts.
So you can slow down your aging process.
Sure.
Obviously, you cannot stop it, but you can
Well, no, yeah, it's
slow
not stopping it. But remember, there's so many aspects we can play with, many of which people aren't aware of. One, they are aware of exercise.
Yeah.
But you also need to be doing exercise that creates extension and contraction of all the tissues, not just like one-sided. Like if you're playing golf, it's nice, but it's one-sided.
Right.
You need to have something that helps your circulation, helps release stress. That's a big problem for people. Most stress in the body tends to originate at the base of the neck, the base of the spine. So you need to keep these areas open. Essentially, you are as young as your spine is.
We have a concept that we utilize in our new book, and we termed it the Carmos-Miller anti-density theory.
Yeah.
And essentially what happens is we go through the aging process, our body becomes more dense. If you picture the kidneys kind of like a filter, almost like a coffee filter, right? And they filter all this stuff. If we eat a lot of things that are very heavy and really a solid matter, eventually residue builds up on the kidney and it impedes the ability for that organ to function.
Is that the biggest mistake we're making as North Americans, what we eat, the junk we put in our bodies?
It's definitely a big concern.
One, people eat way too much protein.
Way too much protein?
Yeah. See, essentially the body doesn't even handle pure protein. It handles amino acids.
Yeah.
Difference being, if you picture a brick wall, that's a protein. The individual bricks are amino acids. So if you take in protein, your body has to go through what's called inversion. It breaks it down into amino acids, then takes the amino acids. So why not take them in amino acid form? Basically,
We're eating too much meat.
Not only that, but we have to take a scientific approach to the body, physiologically. What are we designed to eat by nature? All right? I mean, there's certain animals in nature we know are carnivores, certain are omnivores, certain animals are vegetarian, some eat fruit, all right? That's it. Some eat just leaves. So what are we designed to eat? Because we have so much that we can eat doesn't necessarily mean it's actually something that's nutrient rich for the body. In North America, we're definitely overfed but undernourished. All right?
Right.
And so what we need to think about is if we want life out, we got to put life in. But most people are living on death, all right? Things that are putrefied or decayed or...
Do you guys recommend vegetarian diets?
Well,
from a health standpoint, it's much better.
And from a structural standpoint, too. Just to give you a quick little something, because I don't want to take too much time on this one segment, but when you look at the way just our jaw is designed, okay? In nature, our jaw goes up and down, and also side to side.
Yeah.
Only animals that have this function of the side-to-side movement are vegetarian animals. Carnivorous animals, their jaw only articulates up and down, not side to side. That's why you see like a horse or a cow chewing like this.
The vegetarian.
Okay, I want to get to some of these questions. This is from D. I find that my age shows on my droopy eyes. Short of having an eyelid surgery, what can I do to restore my eyes to a more youthful appearance?
Well, in the ancient systems, in Chinese systems and ancient healing systems, the eyes represent the kidneys, all right? And sometimes if you get too puffy or something gets dark circles, it just means a representation of the kidneys. So one thing that you might be able to work on is doing a little flush of the kidneys. And that can be done very easy with things high in potassium. Either watermelon, which is wonderful, or you could do a combination of juices. Now here's a wonderful juice. It's apple cucumber. If you can make a fresh juice in the morning, yeah. And you do about 10 ounces apple, 6 ounces cucumber, and you just sip that very slowly. It's very refreshing, delicious, and it slowly will start cleaning out the kidneys.
Yeah. One thing to be aware of, if you're on medication, always check with your physician, but also find a physician that's aware of nutrition.
Yeah.
See, many doctors are only into treatment, which means you wait till you get sick, then you go to the doctor, and you take the sacraments, these little round things. And other doctors are into prevention.
Yeah.
And that's a better way to go. Why wait till you get sick? You know?
Right, absolutely. Be thinking about it ahead of time.
I mean, when you look at an automobile has an oil filter, it has an air filter, you have to put good quality fuel in. Nature's not stupid. She saw the way the car was designed. She designed the human body similarly. We have an air filter, which is the lungs, all right, a water filter, which is the kidneys. We have to eat properly, but we also have to think properly.
Right.
And people often limit themselves. So the first thing we need to learn is challenge your programming. Some of it you keep, some of it you might not keep.
They're going to stick around, Dr. Shawn Miller and Dr. David Carmos, and their new book is called You're Never Too Old to Become Young, a revolutionary approach to reversing the aging process. More with them in just a couple of minutes. First, here's Janet Live.